Hello guys, welcome to the Trading Focus once again. So hope everyone is doing good. So today we took some position from gold. So I want to talk about gold. So in the morning we took a short-term sell from this area. Then after that the market changed the direction instead of moving down from where we are waiting to buy from. So then we took a buy from those areas that I'm going to be talking about. Some people, some traders missed some entry and others managed to enter the market. So I'm going to talk about all of that. So what are we also expecting from the next movement of the market from gold? And even I will talk a little bit about GBPJPY. Okay, starting from, let me just bring another one so that we can talk about it in the way which is very understandable. Okay, last week we talked about all the way where we've been moving from by rejecting from this area. This was a 4-hour demand zone, or this one will be also a resistance turn into support from this area. We were expecting the market to move upside. Then we got an area from here where we are supposed to balance the market so that we can enter from here as an entry to buy. Then the market moved up without making a retracement from this area. We continued moving up, and we started consolidating from this area. You can see from here. So that's where the challenge started from. So the people were confusing from, are we taking a sell from this area because we have been moving down? So then they were thinking that we can also start making some kind of deep pullback so that we can move down and target this area, this one, this low. But we have to remember that we are still in the uptrend. That's why as long as we stayed above this area, we're looking for just buy from this area. So the only thing that we had to do was to look from where can we enter from. So this is an entry to enter from. So we're waiting for the high to the low, so then we can continue with the higher high, or making a retracement from internal area from this one. Then after that we can continue moving up. The market moved down. Instead of that, moved down, instead of making a retracement from this area, we end up moving up. So we started creating higher highs and equal highs from these areas. Okay, you can see from here, this was a high to the higher low to the equal high. So we check from the lower time from like 15 minutes. Okay, so then we had an area to be careful with. Remember from my live chat from Monday, even Friday, I was marking this area as a liquidity. The only fear that we have was that we wanted the market first to make a retracement from this area to balance this area, this one. That's why we are not confident to continue moving up if we are not making a higher high, at least by breaking the previous high, this liquidity, so that we can make a higher low from any area from this area. Then after that we can continue with the higher high as an uptrend continuation to target this area and even beyond that area. So then what happened? We struggled with the consolidation from these areas. Okay, so let me start from here. So we made a high, to the low, to the high, to the low. So some people entered from this area by taking a sell, low to the high, sell. The reason why they were taking a short-term sell to balance this area. The target was from this area. Then after that, we managed to close some profit from these areas. If someone had to target this area, the market rejected from this area. Then we started moving up, creating higher highs and higher lows, very small in the lower time frame. Then after that, we also rejected from this area. But inside from that area, we also had this internal area, this one. So the market moved up, then we rejected from the high, we made a higher low from this area. This will be an entry to continue with the higher high as an uptrend continuation. But the only problem was, as long as we are rejecting from this area multiple times, we have to be careful with this high, and even we still have this area that is imbalanced, this one. So the reason why we didn't take this trade, or someone take this trade to target this area, this high at least, from here, confirmation from this candle, this bullish harami, then the target will be from this area. So from there, that's where the market started consolidating from this area by rejecting and creating equal high. So remember, as long as the market continue moving in the direction that you predicted, but left with some area which are not balanced, like this one, you have to make sure that you are standing in a very strong area. If we are moving up, you have to make sure that you are creating multiple lows, which makes that area very stronger, that the market is not going to break below that area. So that's why, as long as we stayed above this area, we're expecting the market to continue up. But the problem also was those rejections from here, from this high. So you can see those are all multiple rejections. So then we had to be careful. That's why we were waiting for the higher high, break all this liquidity. So from the higher low, that's where we had to wait for an entry. So then what happened today? Okay, yesterday we're expecting to make a sell from this area. Short-term sell from this area was like this. We made a equal high also from this area to the lower low, from this area to the lower high. Some people entered from this area anticipating the market to continue at least to target this area, or we are going also to break this area, then we balance from here. So then the market stayed from this area, we rejected also from this area, we made a high to the low, entry for sell from this area, we made a lower low to the lower high, retracement from this area, this is a sell to the low. Okay, the first target was also from this area because we are rejecting from this area multiple times. Then after that, the market failed to break down below this area, this one, below this area. Then instead of moving down, we created equal lows, which are double bottoms. So then from here, that's where we started also changing our mind that the market is going to continue moving up instead of breaking this area and make a balance from this area so that we can buy from here. So then now the plan was to start looking for buy from these areas as long as we stayed above. So we got a volume to continue moving up. Then moving to the lower time frame, this is 15 minutes. Okay, so 15 minutes. Okay, how was this one? This was a low to the high, to the low, to the high, to the low, to the high. So that's where some people entered from this area. It's understandable. Higher high to the higher low. Okay, continue with the higher high. But the only fear from these areas was from here. Then we continued moving up. Okay, so creating some correction as the same as this area, you can see from this area, this is the same. So this one is a retracement. Okay, so if you are waiting from this area as a retracement, moving to the lower time frame, we made a high to the higher low. So then this was an area to wait from, to take a buy from, because we got a volume. So we're supposed to enter from this area. If you took this trade, you entered from this candle, or setting a buy limit from this area. So this candlestick would take a buy from this area, or this one as a bullish harami, so that you can buy from that area, because we had a volume. So the target was very simple. We're expecting to sweep this liquidity. Okay, we're expecting to sweep this liquidity from this area as we're creating a higher high. So the first target was from here. If you watched a live chat from the morning, this was our target, first target. So now we moved up, and even we are creating the same correction from this area. This is the same that we have from here. Okay, you can see this one is the same as this one. So where is the next target? The next target is going to be from this area. We are still moving up. This is an area now to target. Okay, let me go back to higher time frame, 30 minutes. Okay, so then very simple. As long as we stay above this area, let me just mark it with the red line. Okay, if we stay above this red line this night, we are going to be still moving up. Okay, higher high to the higher low from this area, as we are going to continue with the higher high until at least we target this area, this one. This is our target now. This will be an area to enter from if we make a higher low. So staying above that area, we are expecting the market to continue in the upside. So then if the market break below this red line, what are we expecting? We are expecting to make a pullback to retrace from this area, this one, so that we can take also a buy from this area. So that's what I'm expecting from gold now. Very simple. That's what I'm waiting for. I will be taking a buy from those areas. So just focus on that. The chart is going to be live. Any change, we have to make sure that we are going to be marking it so that everyone will be able to make a trade. So then this is also another target. So just focus on this one, the green one, from this area. So when we buy from this area, we are targeting this one. As long as we make a pullback, this makes our trend very stronger. So moving to the GBPJPY. So GBPJPY. Okay, this was from yesterday from my community. So then what happened, we're expecting during the weekend, we're expecting the market to make adjustment from this area so that we can take a buy from this area. This was an entry. The market made a high, consolidating from this area, equal lows. What are we expecting now? Where the market is now. From yesterday, we're also expecting to enter from this area. Then we make an equal low from there. So now we got an entry from this retracement from this area. This candle was a retracement, so then even was a confirmation to enter for buy. There's no volume now, but we had to enter also from that area The next entry will be from this area also. Again, we are still waiting for a pullback from this area. Even if we are struggling, we are still expecting the market to continue moving up. So that's all I'm expecting from gold and even GBPJPY. And from GBPJPY, we are expecting an uptrend continuation also again. Okay guys, thank you so much for your time. Until next time, take care and be safe.